You're watching today's video technical update presented by FX Times. It is Tuesday, March 23rd, 2010. I'm Fan Yang, your technical analyst, and I'll go over some developments in the Forex markets. The markets are still ranging in the intermediate term. We'll take a look at the Euro Dollar, Dollar Swiss Franc, and the Canadian Dollar Japanese Yen pairs. This video is being produced at about 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time near the end of the US session. Here's a look at the Euro-Dollar pair daily chart, and as we see today is another attempt to crack the support at 1.35, or 1.3450. That area here. So far the market looks strong enough, but it is in the middle of a correction. Now we look at the 4-hour time frame. You see the stochastic move up from the oversold area, but now is reversing back down. So here's another attempt. Now I suspect that this correction will have two legs. So far it had one, completed one, and I think there will be a second leg from which a decline might actually crack the 1.3450 area. Looking at the 1-hour time frame, we see this test, and then there's one leg up, came back to test the 1.3470, 80 area, and now there starts to be a second leg, which I suspect is not done, but if it is done, you see we do have a very strong rejection here at 1.3550. But if the market, the confirmation we'll need is if this market continues and breaks below this trend line. Now if the correction comes back up to this 38.2% area instead, then when that declines, if that declines, then we may not need the confirmation to come from a break of this low. However, we do have to monitor this low for some support. But if there is another rally up towards 136, there might be topping action there, and then a decline from there to try to break 1.3450. So that's the near-term anticipation. Now, in the 4-hour and daily time frame, our anticipation is still a break below, and then if there is follow-up, if there's a throwback or a pullback to confirm, then the next level of support may be at 130 and 131. Here's the Swiss franc pair as it tested the 1.05 area, 50% retracement, and the 200 moving average, and so far has held up. That support area has held up, and the market looks to be sort of in a rally. Now the market in general is coming off a completed Gartley, so there might be some further bearish action if the market can break below 1.05, the moving average, and this rising support. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, we see that here the market is stuck in consolidation between 38.2% and the low here. So the retracement level is holding up at 1.065. So again, we have to wait until the break of our rising trend line, and that would confirm to us a bearish mode, and we could start looking for that next support, first at 1.03, 1.02080, or 1.0280, or if it's going to test the previous bottom here, this parity level before the, between the parity level and 0.99 is our previous low here. So look, the market is ranging in the short term, so look for it to break, and if it does break, our intermediate targets are 0.103 and 0.9950. Here's a look at the Canadian Dollar Japanese Yen pair, which has recently completed a retracement pattern, so there's some bearish forces in the intermediate term. If you look at back, the market has kind of ranged after some kind of rally in 2009, but that's after this decline as a result of the global financial crisis. So at the moment the market's at 0.8950, rejected from going above that. There's some candlestick combination that suggests reversal. The stochastic is crossing over and almost turning down below from the overbought area. So anticipating that bearish forces, we look at the 4-hour time frame, see that we're in this upward channel, but a short-term target or projection is to the point, 86, near the point 86 area between 50% 61% retracement. This would also be testing our 200 period moving average. However, in the near term, there's some bullish action, even though in the short term it's a bearish setup. Now in the near term, looking at the 1 hour time frame, we do project this rally towards about 89.10, 89.20 area, which is near the 61.8% retracement of this decline. So if the market were to kind of top off here and continue declining, looking at the 4 hour time frame, our target in the short term could be 86 area. So once again, if the market tops off at around 89.20 and then there's bearish action, hopefully with that bearish action, if the market breaks below this rising trend line, that's a strong implication of further decline to test the 86 area. Looking at the daily, the market comes down. Let me go like this. So the market, if it comes down to the 86 area, is right between your 50 and 61% retracement, and right above this previous high here. Okay, so that's a good near-term target for the Canadian-Japanese yen pair. And that's all for today. Visit fxtimes.com for daily technical and fundamental analysis, updates, as well as live events. Once again, I'm Fan Yang, your technical analyst here at FX Times, wishing you good trading.